And welcome everybody. I welcome you to today's masterclass, and today's going to be absolutely amazing. And get ready to move to the next level. And the question is why your people quit and how to stop it. All right. Why do they quit and how do you stop it from happening? So let's dive into it. Number one, why do people, look at this. Why do people write big dreams when they start, say they want to make big money, want to buy their dream cars, want to drive the cars of their dream, buy their dream houses, want to build a mansion for their parents, want to save the world from poverty. They make all these things. When you ask them, why do they start this business? They mention all sorts of things. If you ask them, maybe privately, they'll tell you they want to make financial freedom. They want to do this, they want to do that. Now, why do people say all these things? In fact, they even go ahead and write them down, but then they quit days later. Why? They just quit. They just stop doing the business. They just stop picking your calls. Why does it happen? Because the thing is, they said it with their mouth. You didn't force them to say it. You didn't push them. It was them that said, they said it. They even wrote it down. Some of them quit days later. Some of them quit months later. But they quit without getting those things that they wrote down. Why does it happen? All right? The reason is, number one, is you only recruited them. Number two are unmet expectations. Two basic reasons. And that's all. And your people will continue to quit based on these two reasons. You only recruited them and they had unmet expectations. I'm going to dissect these two reasons and give you solution to these two reasons, and you will never have alteration. Your alteration rate will reduce drastically. People will remain in your business. You will grow a powerful, successful business, and then you help others to grow their own businesses, all right? So now let's start with the recruitment part. You only recruited them. You see, what happened is that they signed up, you recruited them, but they were not yet sponsored. Hence, they felt lost and confused. All right? You just recruited them. They signed up, all right? But then there was no sponsorship. But you have to understand the difference between recruitment and sponsoring. Recruiting is selling someone the idea that what you have to offer can change their lives if they join you. And when they sign, you've recruited them. So recruitment is more like an idea. Somebody joining you based on an idea. And ideas don't pay bills, right? Good. But sponsoring is the art. It is the art, is engaging, physical, of getting a person well started in the business and ensuring they begin to make tangible progress until they can stand on their own. That's sponsoring. Are you seeing the basic difference between recruiting and sponsoring? Now, remember this, guys. Most people you recruit, they have not run a business before. Most of them have not run a business before. In fact, most of them haven't done this kind of business before. In fact, most of them have not been successful in this kind of business before. Otherwise, they won't be under you. They've not been. Anything you've done and you've not been successful in that thing, you are still new in that thing. You lack what it takes to be successful in that. So as far as that business venture activity is concerned, you are still a baby. Now, most people you sponsor or you recruit, lack business discipline because this is a business. They lack self-motivation to, pump themselves up and then get themselves to do what they need to do by themselves. They want to always be told what to do. These are the people you recruited. They need help in these areas, right? So imagine recruiting them and then you abandon them because they wrote down that they want to buy their own car. They wrote down that they want to build their own houses. They wrote down that they want to help their fathers and their mothers and they build a mansion for them. And in your mind, it's telling you, okay, yeah, they're ready to fulfill this thing. So let them go and work. let them go and work. You just sold an idea to them. Some of them are even scared, even with all the testimonies that you've shown them, even with all the facts and the logical trajectory that this business works, they are still scared. But let me tell you what sponsoring looks like, right? Now, I've done an exclusive training on sponsoring, but you can also, I would point to that video so you could watch it. But then a summary on sponsoring is the skill for duplication. You need to understand sponsoring. And number one, it is a fundamental skill that needs to be developed and continually improved upon. And a good sponsor does what needs to be done consistently, whether they feel like it or not. That's where you find a good sponsor. Am I communicating? Now, I need you to be writing these things down. If you want to screen munch it, you have to screen grab it or screen munch it. All right, because this is where the truth is. I mean, this is fundamental, your sponsoring skills. If you miss this, your people will continue to quit, even though they wrote down their dreams. They need to be sponsored. So let's dissect this sponsoring game, all right? Now, note this, first of all. You need to understand why this sponsoring is very key. Any day your downline is not making money, not signing up a prospect, not getting positive feedbacks, that your downline is getting closer and closer to quitting. When they started, this was where they were. And days go by, they're not making money. Days go by, they're not sponsoring anybody. They're not recruiting anybody. All right. Days go by, they're not getting positive feedback. Their interest level in the business begins to drop by day. And as it's dropping, they're getting closer to quit. As it's dropping, they're getting closer to quit. And once it drops at this level, boom, they're off. And then when they quit, they don't tell you. They just ghost you. Has it ever happened to you before? Yeah, they just kind of ghost you. They don't talk to you anymore. And you call them, they don't pick your calls. All of a sudden, you don't have a downline again. So once you understand this, you begin to understand the power and the importance of sponsoring, right? Now, how to deal with sponsoring is very simple. Remember that sponsoring is not a one-time activity, it's an ongoing activity. The fastest way to sponsor them is, first of all, engage them with the TSTD, not STD, TSTD. There's a difference. Now, TSTD is to tell them what to do, show them how to do it, try. That means let them try that thing you told them in your presence. And then lastly, to do, let them do it on their own. TSTD, very important. If you are my partner in this business, I don't have downlines. I have partners because I'm building an empire. If you're making money in this business, that means you have downlines. But if you're building to last, if you're building an empire, you have partners scattered across board. And when you sponsor someone, first of all, you recruit them and then you apply TSTD to them. Tell them what they need to do. Show them how to do it. If it is making calls, show them how to make the calls. If it is a questionnaire, show them how to use the questionnaire. Show them. You've told them that they need to use the questionnaire to get prospects, but they don't know how. They've not given questionnaire before. Telling them how to give the questionnaire is one thing. The next level is to show them. Then the next level is let them try. So you guys go out and give questionnaires. Let them try in front of you. Role play, basically, right? And then allow them one day to just go and do it, and then you get a feedback. So TSTD is very important. In anything you tell your downline, show them. Know that anything you tell your downline, the next level is what? Show them. Anything you tell them, next thing, show them. But of course, after showing them, let them try it. You're not done until they try it in your front. I can never forget what transpired between me and one of my downlines. Then I showed her how to use make a call, a three-way call. A third-party call, and I told her, okay, this is what you need. This is the script you need to use. I've told her the script. All right, is written down. So I said, okay, please just call these people, all right, and begin to bring them in. And she said, okay, yeah, fine. So I stepped out, right? I didn't show her. I just told her what to do. I didn't show her. I didn't even allow her to try in front of me. I just believed that she was smart enough to know what to do. So I left. And when I was coming back, I was hearing someone shouting on the phone. I am telling you how to attend this presentation. It is good for you. You're asking too much question. When you come, you will see what is happening. Eh? So what's that? Is somebody fighting? And I got into the office. She was frantically kind of shouting at the person because the person asked some couple of questions, and she couldn't take it. I'm telling you, you have to come. If you come, everything will be shown to you. Stop asking too much questions. I said, shh, God. She was looking at me. She said, hold on. Listen, I need to see you there on that. I said, cut the phone. I grabbed the phone from her, boom, press the stop button. And I'm like, what did I do? After that day, I started using the TSTD. Pardon me, guys. That was hilarious, but it was shocking at the same time. I was shocked. But that wasn't what I told you to do. In fact, her tonality was so high, so intimidating, so unfriendly. There was no way that guy's going to come. It's not possible. I'm like, no, my goodness. And then I started reflecting. Imagine how many people have shown what to do. Rather, I've told them what to do. And I told them, oh yeah, go and do it. Lord have mercy. Only God knows what they've been doing, because I keep getting that result or that feedback. I invited people, they didn't come. So you as the leader, you as the partner, you have been shown. If you've not been shown, please go to your leader and tell them, hey, please tell me what to do. Please, can you show me what to do? Just in case they forgot. Please, can I try it in front of you? Now, I'm speaking to two people right now. I'm speaking to you who is serious in the business. You're a leader, you're growing in the business, and you don't want to start having experiences of your partners quitting. I'm also speaking to you, you're new. You need to understand these things. So in case your leader is not giving you these information, politely ask them. And when I changed this concept, and I started telling people what to do, and I started showing them, I role play with them. Like I make the call myself and they hear me make the call. I make a couple of calls, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 calls. I call a lady, I call a guy, excuse me. And then I try to get a scenario whereby they ask me questions, and then they see me how I'm calm at making the calls, how I'm, calculated. My tonality is a bit, average. It's not too high, it's not too low. I have inflections in my kind of friendly kind of tonality. So they are seeing it. And they're saying, okay, that's the way it's done. And then I tell them, okay, try it in front of me. Oh yeah, try it. I'm not going anywhere. You need to try it right now. And they try it. Okay, fine. So make 5 calls. They are most likely going to get the job done if you use the TSTD. Very important. Is that okay? Now let's jump. How to solve your sponsoring problem. In what quantity are you going to do this? This is where duplication happens. How do you know you've sponsored someone? First of all, you need to sponsor people to their 3rd generation. What does that mean? This is you start the business and you sponsor your downline. You'd have to help your downline sponsor his 1st level, 2nd level, and 3rd level. So that means you help your downline or your partner get your 1st level recruit. That means recruit the 1st person, And that first person recruits his first person, which is your second generation. And that second person recruits his own first person, which is your third your downlines or partner's fourth generation. In other words, no, your downline's third generation, your fourth generation. Let me say it again. You help your downline connect. You sponsor your downline, help your downline connect his first person, second person, third person to the third generation. That is to your fourth generation. That's your downline is sponsored. That's the completion of your sponsoring. But there are other things you have to put in place to complete the sponsoring. But if you do all those things I'm going to show you now, and your downline haven't sponsored to the third generation, you have not completed the sponsoring. Now, what if your downline sponsor or your partner, I'm going to be using it interchangeably so that we understand, because very soon I'll stop using downlines, I'll be using partners, okay? But just for understanding's sake. If you help your downline or your partner sponsor to the third level, and yet you have not completed what I'm about to share with you, the next level I'm about to share with you, the sponsorship is still not complete. Do you understand? But I want you to have at the back of your mind that before you say, I have completely sponsored this person, that person has got to have sponsored his own people to the third generation. Is that fair enough? Fantastic. So let's move. B, the first thing you need to do is what? Engage them. Engage them. Now, the second thing you need to solve this problem of people leaving your business is what? You must keep reselling them. You must keep reselling them on what? You must keep reselling them on the vision of the business, on the residual income that comes to them, the financial freedom, the health freedom, all right? The life of choice that they stand to get you need to be reselling them every day. Not once, not twice, and I made that mistake a lot of times. Oh, God knows that it cost me a lot of opportunities. It cost me money. It cost me time, energy, because I sold them just once. What do I mean by selling them? You keep reiterating these things in their mind, the vision of the business, and on the residual income. I'm repeating myself, but that's how it should be. Health, freedom, what they stand to gain in the business, why it is they can't get all these things from the job they're doing. Oh, yes, they cannot. Especially if I ask people, do you want financial freedom? They say, yeah, everybody wants financial freedom. I say, yes, everybody wants financial freedom, but not everybody knows what financial freedom is. Financial freedom, simply put, because that's the most important thing. Financial freedom, simply put, is the ability to choose. Financial freedom gives you choices. You want to send your kids to this school, you send them to that school. That's who you want them to go to. Not because the prevailing circumstances dictates that you send them to that school. Your empty bank account dictates to you that you send them to that public school. When you're financially free, you have the power to choose. You go to the restaurant and you're not looking at the right side of the menu, you're looking at the left side of the menu. The right side of the menu shows you how much that meal costs. But that's not the meal you want to eat. It means you don't have freedom. You are constrained. Financial freedom means that you get there and then you want, this is the meal that suits your appetite at the moment. You choose it, you eat, you order it, they bring it to you, you enjoy the meal, you're fulfilled. My goodness. Hey, waiter, come, and they come, and you say, what's my bill? They give you the bill. Now, I've seen some people, when they give them the bill, their mood changes. You are discussing, they take the bill, and they're looking at it. And some of you begin to sweat. You are not financially free yet. They're supposed to bring the bill, and you bring out the first place your eye goes to is the amount. You're not checking the amount to see whether they duped you or they overcharged you. You're checking the amount to see how much you're going to punch in the ATM card. I mean, on the ATM, pardon me, the POS, pardon me. All right. And then if you're the calculative person, there's nothing wrong checking if everything is in order, but you're not sweating. Do you understand? Then you just punch it. Then after punching it, you say, hey, come, all right, just take this, give a tip. That's freedom. You're not constrained from not giving tips. But if you're not free financially, you can't give tips. I mean, life is meant to be enjoyed, is meant to be lived, not to be endured. A lot of people are enduring life, and that ought not be so. So sell your people on a daily basis, consistently, until they successfully complete their challenge 36. Anyone that completes that challenge 36 have started making money in this business. They've gotten downlines that they're going to work with, and then they can actually start on their own. If you complete challenge 36 and you run it for 3 months, you would hit 1 million naira in this business. You can't stop. Your sponsorship is complete. With Challenge 36, you would have helped your downline sponsor to the 3rd generation. So Challenge 36 is a secret to solving the reselling problem, to solving the problem of downlines quitting. So, but then you know that they cannot be effective with the Challenge 36 if you don't use the TSTD. All right? They won't be functional because they will be trying, and they're not getting results because you did not use the TSTD. Okay? Now, let's move on. How to keep reselling them. The fastest way to keep reselling them is sell meetings, one-on-one calls, weekly meetings with your elite vision leader. All right? So that is why in our business, we keep growing and growing and growing, because we're the only team in the whole of Africa that conduct sell meetings every single day in the whole of Africa. I don't know about the whole of the world, but I dare say in the whole of Africa, that one I'm sure of. Every single day on Zoom, across board, including Saturdays, except Sundays. So it's a way to get resold. It's a way to understand why you're doing the business. And that is why, you see, your people are quitting on you because you don't make sure they attend the sell meetings, because that's where the reselling happens. You may not be able to resell them fundamentally because just in case you have not created the kind of result you're looking for, so you may not be able to do it effectively. But then your leaders are able to do that on sell meetings. Also have one-on-one calls. If you're a leader and you've gotten results, have one-on-one calls. Reach down to your partners, not just your level, down to your 3rd generation. Call them and, hey, how you doing? What's happening? How's your family? How's everything going? All right, do you need some help? How can I help you? Oh, you're having some challenges? What's the challenge? Come on, come to my office. Oh, what's the challenge? Can I talk to you? If you're not in my location, can I talk to you? All right, you know what? I'm a bit busy. I just wanted to know how you're doing, but then the way you're sounding, I'm not comfortable doing. Can I call you back in the next couple of, 30 minutes? Yeah. All right, fantastic. Then 30 minutes later, you call him back. Hey, talk to me. What's happening? Because that's your team, and I'm going to tell you why you need to do that, right? So when you do this, is okay, somebody said, that's too much. It's not. That's sponsoring. All right. Why do you think I make a lot of money in this business? For some of you who know me, right? Because a lot of people are going to see this training. I make a lot of money because I don't joke with what I'm doing. You can make a lot of money in anything. This is not the only place you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money in different businesses, but you have to be rugged and focused in what you're doing. No. There's nothing like 90%. There's nothing like 99% to me. It is 100%. In fact, at this point, I'm going to make it very clear to you guys. Winners win, quitters quit. Now, please do not spend so much time on quitters. There are some quitters who, no matter what you do, no matter the kind of sponsoring you do, you recruit, you sponsor, you remind, you resell, they're going to quit anyways. They're chickens. Don't oversell them. Your duty is to identify eagles, and these are the people you spend your time to resell, sponsor, and then let them fly. Now, if you start a business and then you abandon it, you don't do anything, and I tell you to do stuff and you don't do it, I look at you, your philosophy tells me who you are. So please look a little bit beyond what people say and try and dissect just quickly their philosophy. For instance, I was talking to a lady, and she hadn't started the business, but I started a conversation with her just to know her philosophy. So this will help you guys. When you understand somebody's philosophy, it will determine whether they're going to be successful in this business or in any business at all. And then this lady told me that, oh, no, that all that has, I said, what's your life schedule like, your lifestyle? Like, I don't want any stress in my life. I go to my work, I do my job, I deliver, I go and sleep. Me time is the best. I love my peace. She's there. I love my peace of mind. I love my peace of mind. That's a philosophy. So I'm like, okay, so isn't there anything you're working towards, like a goal? I don't do goals. Whatever would be, will be. You can't sell that kind of person in this business. You can't sponsor that kind of person. Because first of all, you know that you need to work in this business. You know that you need to have a goal in this business. This person is already telling me her philosophy. I wouldn't spend my time on that person. Now, if the person happened to be someone that was recruited by my partner, I would have to have that kind of conversation and know the person's kind of philosophy. Once I get your philosophy, I will know whether to continue sponsoring you or I let you go. Go do your thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that philosophy coming from that lady is dead on arrival in this kind of business. You cannot afford to have peace of mind. You are at war. You can't be. That is the truth. Your life depends on it. Why are you at war? Because you are not free. Financially, by the way. You cannot be at peace because you're not financially free. When the chips are down and your mom or your dad has a medical bill to pay and it's 500,000 naira, can you hit that bill conveniently without sweating it? When you step out and your kid is super smart and he needs to go to a private school and they're mentioning some ridiculous 3 million naira for a session, are you going to begin to sweat? If you will, then you don't have any sense of wanting peace for now. You need to go at war, perpetual war until you are financially free. Yes, sir. There are no two ways to coin it. That is what it is. Until you hit financial freedom. I'm talking to everybody, whether you're new, you're old, you're in the middle, you're trying to make a decision. If you make a decision to quit this business, the next business you're going to go into, you will quit from it. Why? Because you want peace. See, the only peace I have is from my God. It's internal, and that's enough for me. I don't want the peace that I'm not going to work, or then I'm sleeping, and then, come on, peace is sleep. Somebody says sleep is for the dead. When we die, we sleep peacefully. I'm not dead yet. So I need to bring my virtues. I need to bring strength to the table. I need to actualize vision. I need to make a statement on earth. I need to deploy the power that God has given to me. I am not going to sleep. I don't need peace. I need war against my old self. You don't get me. I need to be at constant war against my old self. Come on, guys. I've been in peace for how many years? Where has it gotten me? I can solve problems. Ask yourself that question. I can't pay school fees. I can't pay for a house. I can't buy a new house. I can't even pay my rent. What do I need in peace for? Draw strength from the peace within. That's all you need. You don't need the peace of laziness now. Some people are lazy and they call it peace. That's not peace. You're just lazy. All right? So I needed to correct that. So find out somebody's philosophy. Now, don't condemn them. That's their philosophy. And if they're okay with it, fine. Never condemn anybody's philosophy, please. That's what's making them kick. But I don't buy into that philosophy, and I don't condemn them though. But I don't waste my time with people with such philosophies. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you might end up reselling on the wrong people, and you're wasting time on the right people, right? So I've spent a lot of time to talk about that. But then the question is, why do people go to church every Sunday? Why do people go to mosque every Fridays? Think about it. They are not going to church every Friday, every Sunday, or going to mosque every Friday to get their faith. They already have their faith. They're going there to refuel, to be resold on why they need salvation. They're going there every Sunday, every Friday to be illuminated the more, to be encouraged, because you don't know what happened in the six days of the week. You don't know what happened. Some of them may have, like Danielle said, you know, some people would have had some bad experiences during the week, maybe, you know, illness in the family, some sickness, the father was ill, or there was an accident in the family, and it began to push their acceptance and then question their faith. Is there really a God? If there's a God, why are all these things happening to me? I mean, when you get to church, you get to mosque, you get resold, and then you see some people, same thing happened to them, but they are not quitting. They are still in the faith. They draw strength. You go there to draw strength, to attack the trials and tribulations of the week, of the year, of the month. And that's why you have to keep going there, right? Same thing here. They say, yes, I want to buy a new car. Yes, I want financial freedom. But then they go to the office and the people are barging them. People are talking trash to them. People who don't understand the business are discouraging them. And it's weighing them down. And they've tried the first, the second time, the third time. They invited a lot of people. Nobody's signed up. I mean, they naturally get overwhelmed. And that's why they need to be attending the cell meeting every day, not every week. Haven't you realized that most churches, they have midweek services? And some of you think that they're having midweek services because they want to get more offering, right? Wrong. Because some people quit in their faith before Sunday. So some pastors know this, so they fixed midweek services, so it won't be too long. So you're playing within the ambit of refueling. You don't have too much time to refuel. Am I communicating, guys? But here we don't do it 2 times in a week. No, this business can be rough. Now let me shock you guys. In the next one, right? The reason people quit, the second reason, is unmet expectation. And this is where I'm going to spend a little bit more time. You see, you told your partners, your new partners, that the business was easy. You told them that it was an investment. That they will be rich in a month, for instance. Maybe they got that concept. Maybe you didn't tell them, but that was what they perceived. Some of you outrightly go and tell them that the business is easy. No, you don't need to do anything. You know, just come and in fact, it's even an investment. Just put in your money. I'll do everything for you. You are setting them up for failure because, like they say, expectation is the mother of disappointments. When somebody is disappointed, they lose faith in whatever it is that you're selling to them. They can quit. If you are disappointment is based on expectation. You need to understand this, please. When people's expectations are not met, they are disappointed, and a disappointed person is very volatile. Is a loose cannon. They can hit you at any time. If I told you that I'm going to send you $1 million if you attend this meeting, and at the end of the meeting, I'll send you $1 million there or $1 million, whatever the case is, you're going to be disappointed. Now, there was no way I wrote it down, but I increased your expectation by saying that. And after the event, everything that was said at the event will disappear from your head. All that you will remember from that point is that he said he was going to give me $1 million if I attended. Now, the meeting is over. I don't have $1 million. Boom. Any other thing you say within that meeting is null and void, is rubbish. Because he's disappointed. He will call you a liar, fake person, a scam artist, and that's what happens. Never tell people that this business is easy. It isn't. But it's simple. There's a difference. The business is very simple, extremely simple. I'm telling you guys, but it's not easy. Do you know why? It's not easy because you're dealing with human beings. I'm going to show you how simple this business is. Trust me. But it's not easy because you're dealing with human beings. Straight up, period. That's all. And please don't also tell people that it's an investment. It's not an investment, it's a business. You monitor investments, you build businesses. Investments are gotten through, are bought with your money so that it will do the work you ought to have done, and then you make more money. But then investments also are 100% volatile. It means it can go up and then it can go down. If it goes up, you make a lot of money. If it goes down, you lose all of your money, right? That's investment. Now, the reason some of us go out of our way to say that this is easy, it's an investment, because we are desperate. And because we're desperate, we just want to say something that would motivate someone, and they start. But you see, the thing is that when they start, you've recruited them, but they're not going to stay because they would eventually be disappointed. You've set them up to quit because they're not seeing how easy this is. They've invited 15 people, only 4 attended. And then out of that 4, nobody have started immediately. They will eventually start, but they don't care. They just want someone to start immediately. And they don't start immediately. And they're like, this is not as easy as they said it is. By the way, why are they disturbing me all the time? Why are they telling me to attend? They say it's an investment. Why must I be involved? You are building them up for disappointment. They're feeling it. Oh, they'll be rich. Do you know that sometimes it may not be you telling them, it might also be that is the concept. People want to hear what they want to hear. They sat through a full presentation. In the presentation, it wasn't mentioned that it was an investment. It was specifically said it was a business. It wasn't said that it was going to be easy. Nothing of the sort was said, and yet they just heard it. They will hear what they want to hear. And they said, that's what you said, but nobody said it. All right? And somebody started with, in 2018, somebody started with the highest package, which was 7 packs, 2017, 2018 years. And then instantly, person paid and disappeared and came back 2 months later and said, I have not received any credit. I have not received any bonus. What's happening here? I said, how can you receive credit from a job you did not do? He said, but that's not what they told me. What did they tell you? They said I should put my money and I'll be making money. Come on, who told you that? He said, that's the presenter. I said, you've forgotten I was the one that presented? Which presentation? He said, but that's what you made me. I said, no, that's what I felt. I said, you would have asked questions. But it was in black and white. I never said such. But I was convinced that sometimes, in fact, most times, people want to give meaning to where there's no meaning, to appease themselves. Yes, because I was the one that ran the presentation, and I knew I never, in any way, form, or manner, pushed out a narrative that this business might be easy, or it's an investment, or you get rich quick. I mean, if you've heard me present, you know that I don't tolerate such nuances. So the guy was strictly lazy, and he felt he would want to make a trouble by requesting that he ought to have made money, and then he hasn't made money, therefore the business is scam. I said, you don't say that. Don't say it outside. You come off as if you're lazy, and I don't see you as a lazy person. Come down. Come, let me teach you how to do the business. Don't say that. Don't pull that narrative. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said it's an investment. So we see that all the time. Now, I'm going to tell you how to handle it. All right. Quickly. I mean, this is not a good way to work with your people, but what you need to do is just recalibrate their expectations. Give an achievable target, upscale the target by a notch. Now, when you give them an achievable target, all right, don't tell them that in a month they're going to make $1 million. it won't work. Because in a month, they're not going to make $1 million. Are they going to make $1 million in this business monthly? Yes, eventually, but not in a month. Definitely not in their first month. So why don't we start with 50,000 naira? Let's hit a 50,000 naira. Let's do that. Boom. Sponsor 2 people. Sponsor 1 person with a Neoverse or a Technoverse. Boom, 50K. Woo! All right, this is good. Then scale it up a little bit. From 50K to 100K. Are you serious? My second month, I did 115K. Yeah. Boom, high five. You are recalibrating their expectation by giving them achievable expectations. And then once they achieve it, they're excited. They're no longer disappointed. But it's achievable. Then you begin to add a little bit more. So the next target is let's hit 300K. Come on now. Now you're doing the challenge 36, and then they hit the 300K. Now, instead of hitting the 300K, they hit 200K. Now, they are not feeling bad. They simply believe that they didn't put enough work. They invited 5 people. Why did they invite 5 people in the whole month? That if they had invited more than 5, maybe 50 or 100, do you know how much they would have made? They might have made up to 500K. No. Now, you don't need to sell them too much because they've started getting results. But once someone hits 500K in this business, ain't going back, man. Ain't going back. All right. Now, understand that when they meet one, give them another achievable target. Don't overwhelm them with very hefty targets. They will quit on you. All right. So their confidence level will begin to rise when they begin to meet up targets, no matter how little, and then you begin to add more to them. So this is how to succeed long term, guys. If you're doing this business and you're thinking short term, I'm no longer talking to you. I'm now talking to those who want to have long-term success. If you want to have long-term success, number 1, read this with me. When your goals become important and your activities become non-negotiable, your success will appear. This was said by Brian Crothers. When your goals become important and your activities become non-negotiable, your success will appear. But that is the beginning of long-term building. So what is the philosophy of long-term success? The philosophy is stop running this business, start building an empire. Stop running the business. Stop saying I'm in a business. Start saying I'm building an empire. That's what I do. And that is why I no longer call people my downlines. I call them my partners. In fact, I started doing this since 2016. I use the term downlines for emphasis purposes so people will understand me when I'm talking. But I hardly call people my downlines. I call them partners because that's who they are. Because I'm building to last. I'm building an empire. I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to resell some of you because some of you are already about giving up in the business. I'm going to resell some of you right now. So pay attention to this because it's very important. Because why must you build an empire? Let me shock you. You have freedom. You see, freedom it is. I don't seek happiness. I don't seek happiness. I have joy, God's joy within me. Happiness is external. It is relative to the occurrences of my immediate environment. I get happy. I get an alert of 200,000 naira. Boom, I'm happy. I'm supposed to get the alert of 200,000 naira and I don't get it. I'm sad. It's being coordinated by happenstance in my immediate environment. She said, I love you. I'm happy. She didn't say anything to me. I'm sad. I don't want happiness, guys. Do you know why? Because I have something higher, and that is joy. You see, joy is from within. Joy of knowing who you are. Joy of knowing that you are created by God Almighty and you have God's DNA in you. Joy that all things are working out together for my good. So I'm not seeing anything reasonably exciting on the outside, but I'm excited on the inside. I have that, so I don't need happiness. So don't come and tell me that money doesn't buy happiness. I don't need it. I don't need happiness. I got joy, but what do I need? I need freedom. I need freedom. And money, wealth answered that. I need freedom. Wealth gives me financial freedom. I need freedom. Wealth gives me the power to choose. So what I seek is financial freedom. I do not seek happiness because I have something greater than happiness, which is joy. I need that freedom to live where I want to live, travel when I want to travel. I travel and I want to stay for 9 days. I stay for 9 days. I don't want to travel and stay for 3 days. What's that? I want to travel. They're telling me, no, you have 3 days leave. You have 1 week leave. What's that? I want freedom. I don't know about you, but I'm telling you what I need. I need the freedom to help multitudes of people. Why must I sponsor one person to school? Why can't I sponsor 1,000 people to school? I need freedom to do that. I need the freedom to go to my kids' sports event every weekend or every Tuesday. I need that freedom. This business gives me that freedom. If I'm working with anybody, I can't have that time and I'll be missing out on my kids' growth. I need freedom. I don't need happiness because I got joy. You know, I keep saying it, right? So that you understand the difference. Happiness is short-lived. Joy is everlasting. So I got joy. But you see, that freedom is important to me. I went to Jordan and I saw some of my friends slaving down. And I mean, I've gone to how many parts of this country and I'm not stopping until I die. There are many other places to go see. And that is the lifestyle I want to live, the life of freedom. But you see, you cannot have freedom if you're not wealthy. And wealth is sustainable. Wealth is not making money. You can make money today and you lose it tomorrow. If you create wealth, it's therefore to your 3rd, 4th generation. The difference between making money and wealth is a system. So you can make money if you don't have a system that makes sure that that money continues to come in. You are not creating wealth. You're not building wealth. You're just making money for today. And that is what happened to a lot of our parents. They concentrated on making money instead of concentrating on creating wealth. And guess what? Creating wealth takes some time. Building systems takes some time. All right? But they say nobody has that time to. But very soon you understand that you need time to create wealth. Very soon you understand that you need freedom. Very soon you understand, even at your 50th birthday or at your 60th birthday, you understand that you need freedom, and you must begin from your 60th birthday to begin to build a system. You can never, ever have wealth without a system. Now, if you're lucky enough to have your father bequeath a system to you, fine, beautiful. Use it to your advantage, all right? But if you don't have a father like me who bequeathed me with a system of cash flow, if you don't have a financial buffer, what do I call a financial buffer? Guys, listen to me. Financial buffer is what you need to succeed in any business. Don't start a business if you don't have a financial buffer. But this business that we are in network marketing business, multi-level marketing business, you don't need any financial buffer. Now, what is financial buffer? You need a father that has a money, for instance, cash flow system that you can walk up to say, hey, Dad, I need 50 million, please. I'll pay you back in 2 years. I want to start this business. And he tells you, but I gave you 50 million the last time, you haven't paid back. No, Daddy, don't worry. I'm going to pay you back everything. I need 50 million. He said, well, I don't have 50 million right now, but I'll give you 30 million extra. It's called financial buffer. So when things get tough, you use that to build yourself. Another way, another financial buffer could be you have properties, all right, maybe given to you by your dad, your mom, your uncle, whatever. And then, you enter into any particular financial difficulty, you sell one property for maybe 80 million, and then you use the money to sort out your business bottlenecks. You don't have to go to the bank, all right? Or you have a bank manager who's your brother or your friend that you can ask for a soft loan and he easily gives you the loan. If you don't have a financial buffer, don't go into traditional business. This is the business for you. Why? Because you don't need heavy capital to start this business. You don't have any financial risk. And remember, in traditional business, you take those monies and you plug into your business. There's no guarantee it will take off. You take that 50 million from 30 million from daddy, and then your business haven't paid back in 2 years, you know that daddy won't kill you, right? The only thing that daddy may not give you that much again, right? Because you're not sure of what you're doing, but you don't die. You see, that's financial buffer. But if it is a scenario where you borrow from the bank and the bank is coming for your life, that's not necessarily a financial buffer. It will help if you have access to that, but it complicates things. Now, if you don't see yourself playing in that area and you're not strong at heart enough to, play in that area, then this business is the most powerful business on earth because, again, it doesn't have risk. So let me show you this. So this is you, okay? And month 1, you sponsor 2 people. Month 2, you sponsor what? Your 2 people sponsor what? 2 each, just 2 each. And that is 4. Month 3, they sponsor 2 each, that is 8. Month 4, I'm going to stop where you guys stopped. Month 4, you sponsor 2 each, 8 people sponsor 2 each, because you are building an empire and you're teaching them how to sponsor their own people. Do you understand? And it is easier now because 8 people sponsor 2 each, that's 16. And then month 5, 16 people sponsor 2 each, that is what? 32. And then month 6, 36 people sponsor 2 each, that's 64. Are we on the same table? Yeah? 32, sorry. 32. Now, month 7, 64 people sponsor 2 each. That's how many? 128. Month 8, 128 people sponsor 2 each. That's how many? 256. Good. 256. Month 9, 256 people. That's 512. 512. 256 people sponsor 2 each. That's 512. Month 10, 512 people sponsor 2 each. Just 2 each. That's 1,024 people. 1,024 people. Right? Now, month 11, 1,024 people sponsor 2 each. That's 2,048. 2,048 people. Then month 12, how many will that be? How many will that be? 4,096. 4,096. Bingo. Now watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this. This is where it gets interesting. This will not make sense to you if you're not building to last. So now I'm focusing on speaking to those who want freedom, not those who want money, not those who want happiness, those who want freedom. Listen to me. By the power of 2, you have 4,096 people in your team. Just by the power of 2. Now, watch this. Watch. Everybody watch this. Pay attention, please. 4,096 people in 12 months, just because you started proper sponsorship in your business. And in 12 months, you have 4,096 people. Now, watch this. Not everybody will be serious. So out of these 4,096 people, let's say only half of them are serious, 2,048 people. Now, 2,048 people, forget about 4,096 people, just 2,048 people. This is a calculation we did together, you guys gave me, all right? But listen, this is very important. See, guys, when I was shown this, I decided to stop doing this as a business. I decided to build an empire. Remember, any problem you solve mathematically will have a real life solution to it. Any problem you can get an answer to mathematically, you can solve that problem or get the answer in real life. Let me show you the most complicated problem on earth. How will a man get to the moon? Men have never been to the moon before, but a group of scientists were in the lab and they used the principles of trajectory and mathematically solved the trajectile problem of shooting a rocket a manned rocket from Earth to the moon using remember, man has never been or landed in the moon or on the moon. Never in the history of the Earth. How? I mean, you would have said, okay, somebody have done it before, let me do it. No. But they found how man could land on moon through mathematics. And what they did by permutation, and they got the answer in a lab, they implemented it in real life, it happened. If something as complex as landing in the moon could have gotten to happen mathematically before it actually happened in real life, it means that anything I can mathematically solve, any financial problem I can mathematically solve, I will get the real life answer. Watch this. I'm going to solve, with maths, we solve the problem of this business. And that is why people are making money. People are being rich. The solution has been done mathematically. Implement all that needed to be done for that astronaut was enter the rocket and then take off. That rocket is landing in the moon. As far as all the indices are put together by the astronaut pilot manning the rocket. As long as all the indices, your sponsoring, your recalibration of your prospects, and then learning the 7 skills in this business, if all these indices are kept together, you will create wealth in this business. But let me show you the mathematical conclusion of this business. You sponsor 2 people in 12 months, you have 4,096 people thereabout. And then, what's this? Out of half of them, not all of them, just half of them, 2004, you can be earning 1,000 naira from each person, 5,000 naira from each person, depending on your level in this business. But let's use 500 naira. Just 500 naira. What if you are making 500 naira from each of these people? That means every month. That means every month you're making 1.1 million naira. Every month. By half of these people in 12 months. Half of them reordering products. I'm not talking about matching bonus, guys. No. I'm not talking about direct referral bonus. I'm just talking about what? Stair-step income. Stair-step income alone. Money entering your account that you are not aware of. You don't know who they are. The only people you know are these 2 people. But you're making 1 million naira from people you don't know. It is called residual income. But let me shock you now. Mathematically, this happens. The authentication of this is confirmed. I'm a living testimony to it. I mean, all the leaders here are living testimonies to this, so it's not the issue. Now, the issue is this. How do you implement this mathematical sequence in real life? If you're running your business, all you're thinking of is to get 2,048 people yourself. Error. You will burn out, you quit. If you're building to last, give yourself some time and build a team. You'll be making money from matching bonus. You'll be making money from direct referral bonus. So you're not going to lose. But you want to build wealth, remember, so that you have freedom. Now, if you really want to build wealth, then run this as an empire. So instead of connecting 2, because there's also a possibility that out of these 2,048 people, only 500 will be active. There's a possibility. So now, as a businessman, how do I use these indices, this mathematical sequencing to my advantage? As a businessman, I don't look at these 2 people. What do? I create another 2 sets of people that will give me 4,096 people at the end of the month, at the end of the year. I create another set of 2 people that will give me 4,090 something people at the end of the year. I create another set of 2 people. I create another set of what? 2 people. I create another set of 2 people. I create another set of 2 people. What am I doing? I'm building an empire. I create another set of 2 people, because each set of 2 people, and I'm going to be sponsoring them maybe every 2 months, every 3 months. I make sure I create 2 people every month. And I share this idea with my partners. And these guys here is not creating 2 each. They are creating their own set of 2 people here. They're creating their own set of 2 people here. They're creating their own set of 2 people here. But let's concentrate on you. What that makes happen is, if on this line, at the end of the day, only 500 people are active. On this line, at the end of the day, only 200 people are active in a year. And on this line, at the end of the day, only 800 people are active in a year. On this line, at the end of the day, only 700 people are active. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? On this line, at the end of the year, only 1,000 people are active at the end of, oh my goodness. Do you know that in 2, 3, 4 years, instead of making money from 2,000 people, you can actually be making money from 10,000 people. So can we do the math? You're making only 500 naira per person every month. That is 5 million naira. Step alone. We're not talking about the UPP the UPP bonus. We're not talking about the uni-level bonus. We're just talking about the step. This can only happen when you build an empire. Don't build a business, build an empire. Business is you sell today and you eat it tomorrow. Make profit and eat. No. You are building to last. You build an empire.